Hello, everyone. I'm Joel Baird, the General Manager of Missoula Community Access TV.
And I'm Kim Anderson, the Director of Programs and Grants at Humanities Montana and a board member of MCAT.
And what a faithful board member. Isn't this your fourth season as co-host?
I believe it is.
It's Kim's fourth season. She's volunteered to come down every other Monday during school.
I just got bit by the showbiz bug.
Yeah, that's it's no excuse. It's an addiction.
Right.
So I have a few things to say, and then we'll get on to our guests. The main business at MCAT is going to be the tour and training, which will happen next month. It's going to be Wednesday, November the 9th. If you're just an average media person, you haven't really engaged yet on your social media self, come down to MCAT. It's on the second Wednesday of every month. No appointment is needed. And at 5:30, you can tour the facility. And you can see what we have to offer in the way of computer editing equipment and equipment you can check out. That is November the 9th, 5:30, no appointment needed. MCAT's located at 500 North Higgins Avenue in the northeast corner of Spruce and Higgins. And here's news. I think a lot of people in the autumn expect to see the Festival of the Dead Parade.
Right.
So MCAT's going to live stream it on Facebook and YouTube this year simultaneously.
Real time.
Yeah. Tuesday, November the 2nd at 6:30, they assemble, down here by the red X's. And so we'll have a pretty decent view of all the participants, and they'll go down and do some readings and gatherings at the park under the tent. And then I just wanted to turn everyone's attention to the upcoming election. I thought I needed more.
We should have a debate.
Yeah, right.
You and I.
Right. For and against at the Union. Well, I just wanted to mention that I got this voters information pamphlet.
Very handy, yes.
It was addressed to all voters at 201 Chestnut, where I live. So I guess you will be getting it, but if you haven't, please ask around for it, because there are no less than 4 initiatives. One is called a constitutional initiative, a crime victims' right bill, and I think that's also known as Marcy's Law.
All right.
Right. Initiative I-177, prohibiting the use of traps and snares. 181, research into developing therapies and cures for brain diseases. 182, expand access to medical marijuana. So, yes, there's been a national campaign of epic proportion going on, but there are, endemic to Montana.
Yeah, these are our local issues, and they're very important too.
Right, so please seek this out. It is thick. It's got a lot of stuff to read in it. Or ask friends, have a discussion before you go to the poll. Everett is here for Carousel.
Yes.
So we're going to get right
Let's
on
get right to it, and we can do other stuff later.
Yeah. So
There's
Jess Coulter
Everett.
is here. She's Director of Operations at Carousel. For Missoula, thanks for coming.
Yeah, thanks for having us.
Hi, Everett. She's brought Everett again.
Who has the best Halloween costume ever.
Yeah, he does.
Everett, where are your dragon toes?
Oh, yeah,
But
we're
there they are.
Yeah.
There they are. Good job.
And there's like 3 of them.
Yeah.
It's not the only
There
thing
they
going
are.
on at the Carousel.
It's not. So we have Haunted Hollow coming up starting this week on Friday. So this week, Friday and Saturday, and next week, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday from 6 to 8 p.m. And we invite people to come down. It's $4 for kids under 12 and $6 for anyone 12 and up. And they get a ride on the Carousel and then a flashlight tour through Haunted Hollow. And we have some wonderful volunteers this year, some of them from the Missoula Community Theater,
cool.
and then others from some other local not-for-profits that partner with us to kind of inhabit Dragon Hollow with some creeps.
That's great. That's good. I think Everett is mesmerized by you on the screen.
Oh, yeah, I can see over that way. Nice. And it's meant for kids that may be scared. Like, I know Roothead Studios has that super scary thing out at the fairgrounds, in the corner.
Oh, that one,
Yes,
yeah.
this is more designed for a little, there's some scares, but it's definitely more appropriate for younger children. We aim to not traumatize anyone and just have just kind of a fun little spooky adventure. And so Yeah, tell them all about it.
Yeah.
So it's pretty fun, and we're able to kind of mitigate the scariness. If a child is really scared, we can kind of make them feel a little more safe and kind of ramp up the scary if we've got a group that can handle it.
Right. I think it also makes a big difference if there's a group of younger kids. They, just the combined numbers helps a little bit. Oh, there goes
We
the
lost
foot.
the dragon toes.
Wow. Is there a fee for coming in?
Yeah, so it's $4 for kids under 12 and $6 for 12 and up.
Okay.
So for adults who feel like they want to accompany their child, which most do, if you feel like you have a child who can handle it on their own, you're welcome to send them through and wait for them at the end. But if you walk through, then we need you to pay the fee.
Oh,
Sure. And that would be more fun.
It
to
would.
be with your
I think
kid.
it's a really fun kind of family adventure. It takes about 15 to 20 minutes to go
good.
through it from
Oh,
the
it
time that you
does,
get on the
yeah.
carousel.
Oh,
So
wow.
it's quite the full adventure.
So people can just go and show up. What are the hours again?
6 to 8 all of those nights. So Friday,
Perfect.
Saturday, and then next Friday, Saturday, Sunday, the 21st, 22nd, 28th, 29th, and 30th.
Show us your toes, Everett.
Where are your dragon toes?
And there's plenty at that time of day. There'll be plenty of parking really close to the carousel
Yeah.
down there. Not to worry. And would kids Everett's age or younger go ordinarily?
Usually only when they're accompanying a little bit older kiddos, but it's certainly appropriate for them too.
Right.
So.
If you've got siblings, you can bring all of them in. And
Yeah. How old is Everett now? Seems like he's grown a lot since he was last here.
He's 16 months old.
Oh, wow.
And he's got a mind of his own now.
Yeah, he certainly does.
He's learned a lot, though.
Well, if you have young kids, this is a great way to celebrate
Absolutely.
Halloween.
It's just a really
and
fun, kind of wholesome.
Yeah, and if you haven't been to the carousel for a while, it's just fun to go
Absolutely.
check
And
it
you
out.
can see it as the Carousel.
The
Yeah.
carousel, excuse me.
Yeah. Well, Jess, thanks for coming over.
Yes,
for having
Everett,
us.
thank
thanks
you.
for putting up with us.
Thank you for being patient, Everett.
All right. Well, stick with us. Be patient with us. Next up, Superintendent of Missoula County Public
Yes.
Schools, Mark Thane, is going to come out, and I suspect he's going to talk about the Cold Spring School move.
I believe.
Let's just see.
Yes.
Scott's going to show you a PSA, and we'll be right back.
Birthdays come and go, each year adding up to a lifetime full of extraordinary moments. At Missoula Aging Services, we promote the independence, dignity, and health of older adults. We are ready to help connect seniors to the help they need. Knowing you've got friends to support you, each birthday can be special. See how we can help. Call 728-7682 or log on to MissoulaAgingServices.org.
Do you want to answer that?
Nah, I'd never with a kid in the car.
It's okay. I'm not here. I'm there.
In 1969, Montana declared the swift fox to be extinct within the state's borders. Because after all, the last time someone had documented actually seeing one of these was on the east boundary of Glacier National Park back in 1918. Then, in the 1980s, thanks to our Canadian neighbors, North America's smallest canine launched a big comeback.
Canada began to reintroduce swift fox in an effort to reestablish them on the prairie. Then the first international census was in 2000 and 2001. This is a repeat of what was done 5 years ago. We are having pretty good success. We're capturing approximately twice as many fox as we've caught before. The swift fox is transferred to a bag. It's handled by one of the crew members whose only job is the handler, and the other crew is the process.
And we are back. We're happy to welcome Superintendent Missoula County Public Schools, Mark Thane. Thanks, Mark, for coming over.
Yeah,
I
thank
appreciate
you.
the opportunity.
Yeah. So there's a bit of business that voters are going to see when they go to the polls, and you want to explain a little bit about that?
I certainly do. In November of 2015, the voters in the elementary and the high school district generously supported our bond requests. And included in that request was funding for acquisition of a site and construction of a new Cold Spring school, a replacement school. Interestingly enough, there's a statute in Montana that requires that we have a site selection election. So in essence, giving the voters the opportunity to either accept or reject the recommendation that we have made on a site.
Wow.
So on the ballot, page 3 of the ballot, there will be a question posed to the voters whether or not we shall have authority to locate Cold Spring School at the property we've identified, which is at the intersection of Lower Miller Creek Road and Bitterroot Road. There's not a new tax, there's no additional tax. The funding was all approved in November of 2015, but we just need the voters' permission in order to locate the school at that site.
Interesting. And are tours coming up, or has that happened?
We have had tours. There is information posted on the MCPS website, which is mcpsmt.org. You can go to the Cold Spring School site, and there are maps and there are some pictures of the site. It's part of a larger tract that's totally undeveloped. It's about a 97-acre tract we're looking at. It's an 8-acre parcel that we will carve out of that tract. We won't acquire the whole thing. Some of the things that voters have expressed to us is, number one, making sure that it's outside of the floodplain, which it is. It's located in close proximity to the Bitterroot River, but it's not in the floodplain. That there are appropriate infrastructure available, power, sewer, water, and we're doing our due diligence, but those are all available. And, you know, we had developed as a district 10 site criteria before selection took place, and this site meets all 10 of the criteria that we identified. Additionally, last August we held a charrette for the community to come participate and evaluate 4 potential locations for the school, and this was overwhelmingly the first preference of that community process. So we're excited about the school site. Right now, we would identify that about 60% of the current Cold Springs population lives within a walking or biking distance of the proposed school site.
Oh, that's great.
So it's more walkable, bikeable than the current site. And
but also it seems a little closer to where the growing population is.
absolutely. There's a significant population that already exists in Linda Vista Maloney Ranch that would be served by the school, and there are a number of lots that have been platted in both those subdivisions that would be served by the new school.
And this will then become the youngest school in the district, wouldn't it?
It would be the newest.
Completed.
Yeah.
Yes, of course, we currently have Franklin and Lowell under construction, and they'll reopen in August of 2017. We would anticipate that if everything goes according to plan, we would open Cold Springs a year later, August of 2018.
Excellent.
Exciting. And so all the neighborhood feedback, community feedback that you heard during your open public meetings was very positive for this site.
Generally, certainly there are people that live in proximity to the current Cold Spring School who will be impacted,
Yeah.
and it's less convenient at the new location. But again, the vast majority of the feedback that we've gotten has been very positive about the site, and the PTO at Cold Spring School has come out in support of the site, and we certainly appreciate that.
Oh, great. And the most important thing to note, again, is this isn't about spending any more money to build a school.
No, the money's already been approved by the voters. It's just simply authorization to build on the site we've identified.
Right. How are the building projects going?
They're coming along very well. We're really excited. As I referenced earlier, Franklin and Lowell are both under construction. They're running right on schedule. We're about to go out on Hellgate High School, which is one of our really challenging projects, and identify the contractor, but that design development has progressed nicely. Sealy Swan High School is just beautiful. The theater addition up there, it's a performing arts space, and it's come along very well. Rattlesnake and Paxton are both on schedule to be completed by January 1st. We've had a number of roofing projects and more minor projects that we've completed, so it's really exciting to see the changes. And again, we're so appreciative of the support of the community and the voters to allow us to make this happen.
Great. And the takeaway then, especially as voters, do not be afraid when they see that choice that the state law requires that the voters of the district approve the siting of the school. And so that's what they're going to see. Not everyone in the whole county, but the people
No, again, it's only those that are served by our elementary district, so the 9
Right.
elementary schools and 3 middle schools. So largely, that's the city proper.
Yeah. And I really wanted to encourage people to go to page 3.
Yeah.
You know, I don't wanna
Absolutely.
take too much
Right.
time with it, but, you know, before Everett was losing his mind and we had to
We
move
were
right
gonna-
onto the carousel.
We were going to go into the ballot a little bit.
Right, I
but
wanted
yeah.
to show people at home, you know, I had asked for an absentee ballot because I'll be out of state at election time, and so I got it. And here is one fear that democracy has, and that is...
Short attention spans.
Right. So they will see the Cold Springs, those that live in the district, on this, the 3rd page. Oh,
Yes.
thanks, Scott. So what I would just take this opportunity for the patient, dear viewers at home, is to say, please fill out the full
Front
ballot.
and back.
Right.
Absolutely.
Studies show that often you lose up to 5% when you flip the page. So maybe they could bring it down a little lower. Well, Mark, anything you want to add?
No, I just appreciate the opportunity to get the word out to the electorate. I encourage everybody to vote on November 8th or
Yes.
absentee in advance, and we appreciate any and all questions, so they can refer to our website or certainly contact our office if they have additional questions.
Right.
Terrific.
728-2400. Press 0, I
Correct.
always do.
There you go.
All right, thank you, Mark.
Thank you.
We'll be back. I know Rebecca is out there with Bradley of the Missoula County Elections Office, and
Oh,
they're going to
good.
talk a little bit more about this whole
Good.
business we call democracy when we come back after this.
Get up, I know you found a way. Head up, look through those clouds of gray.
Now it's our turn. Go to ourturntohelp.org and donate what you can. Hope is on the way.
Mommy, I'm hungry.
You're almost there, baby. Do you want to play a game on Mommy's phone?
No.
I think you will when you see.
AT&T reminds you, it can wait.
Nature Nathan here, on my own in the Montana wild. I'm used to having my best mate Liam behind the camera, but he said he was rather tired of getting chased by bears. The show must go on. Set up quite nice, really. Stuff from a lovely fish dinner. And I've got my bear spray. Oh well, I should be fine for the evening.
When adventuring in bear country, remember, hike in groups. Bring bear spray and know how to use it. Make noise and don't run. Be bear aware.
At Missoula Aging Services, you'll always be greeted with a warm welcome. Whether you are caring for an aging loved one or you're an older adult yourself, our friendly staff is ready to connect you to the help you need. You will always get unbiased advice, a free assessment of your needs, and personalized information about the resources available. See what we can do for you. Call 728-7682 or log on to MissoulaAgingServices.org.
Did you know parking over tall, dry grass can spark a wildfire?
Only you can prevent wildfires.
And we are back. We have guests in the studio from Missoula County Elections Office. Rebecca and Bradley, thank you so much for coming over.
Yeah.
Hi.
We're trying to get out as much information as we can about this upcoming election.
Lord love you.
It's coming at us like a freight train.
It is.
Absolutely. But
Yeah.
see, there are elements that, you know, people could get lost in the big national brouhaha. You know,
Right.
the 4 initiatives that I was talking about and the voter information pamphlet. I did not know until it came in the mailbox. I had heard a little bit about trapping, about the medical marijuana. I didn't really understand, you know, and had to research the Marcy's Law, the
Right.
right one.
And the brain
That caught me
research. I had
totally
no
off guard.
idea.
I had no
Yeah.
idea that there was an initiative to start brain research, and have it funded by the state.
Now, did everyone in the county get one of these in the mail?
At any residence where there's a registered voter there, they will get one.
Because it's really invaluable. Thank you for doing that.
Yeah.
That's, yes.
And there's for and against in here, and then there's a rebuttal, and
it really helps you understand what the issues
in this document.
Yeah.
But what else should people know?
The My Voter page is a great resource. So if a voter has not received a ballot in the mail and they thought they should have, hop on My Voter page, mt.com. You can see if you are registered, if you are on that vote by mail list, where your ballot is being mailed to. There's a lot of great information on there, and they can track that. You can also go on there to see a sample ballot of what the ballot looks like. You can also see where your polling place is on election day if you're not a vote by mail voter. So you can print out directions to your polling place and see.
Now, quick question: if you find out you're not registered to vote, is it too late?
There's what we call late registration, and we also have same-day registration. So Montana is one of a handful of states where you can go and update your information and receive a ballot on the spot. And you can do the same process on election day, but we really are encouraging voters to get out there beforehand. In 2012, we had like 3.5-hour, 4-hour wait times.
Make it easy on yourself. Do it now.
Yeah.
And when we're saying out there, we are saying fairgrounds.
Fairgrounds.
Right.
Oh.
Avoid election day line. Election center is open 29 days before election day. Now, does this mean also, since I knew I was going to, take a trip during the election time, I got the absentee ballot. Does this mean if someone wants to vote between now and November 8th, they can do so?
It's kind of like early voting. Yes, we can get you a ballot there. We can do a replacement ballot. So if you spill coffee, we've gotten a lot of calls today. I spilled coffee on my ballot. I need a new one.
Right.
You can go there. There's a lot of different services we can do out there at the fairgrounds.
And I wanted to throw this in too. I went to a meeting today and people were talking, Mark Thane, the superintendent, just left. If you had voted at Lowell School, the Burn Street Bistro is going to be the alternative place since Lowell's all getting worked on, as well as Franklin School. You would go to Emma Dickinson Lifelong Learning Center to vote. And then if you were going to Rattlesnake School, you would go to Messiah Lutheran Church to vote.
Now, what do you find at MissoulaVotes.com?
You can find a list of all of the different polling places.
Oh.
And they've all been updated. So if you have your voter registration card and it says you vote in House District 91, there'll be a link that shows you where Messiah Lutheran Church is compared to Rattlesnake School.
Great.
So that way they can check and make sure that they've got their updated polling places. It's also live on a My Voter page app, so it's already been updated on there to reflect the correct polling place. But it's just a really great way for them to get access to forms, additional information about their polling places, contact info for candidates, kind of all your different things that you'll need. We've got a great election toolkit right at the top of the Missoula Votes webpage, which kind of links you through towards all this information.
Now, why don't I have a voter registration card?
So we'll send you a voter registration card.
Oh, good.
I mean, I registered. I know I registered.
We send you one when you first register.
Oh, that was like a million years ago.
Yeah,
they probably before paper.
And so if you need an updated one, just feel free to contact our office and we can get you
But
an
I don't
updated
really
one.
need one, do
You
I?
won't need one. They can be used as ID at the poll, but in the state of Montana, we can use any photo ID that has your name and photo, or any paper ID that has your name and current address.
Okay.
So like your electric bill, your motor vehicle registration, that sort of information can be used as ID at the poll. And that's really what people are looking for with that card is, hey, you can use it as ID at the poll, but we can accept all kinds of different IDs in Montana.
That's great. That's great.
It makes me think, how did it go with the recruiting? Because I was woefully recounting.
We
to
kept
Kim how
saying we
so
were going to
excited.
do it.
In the spring, we were both going to do it. Now I'm leaving.
We were
And,
bad. 2 years from now, we promised.
And you knew you were going to be.
We promised you
said I'm
guys.
traveling so much for work
I
that it would have been hard for
know.
you. But
I know.
did you do okay on the training? Did you get enough judges in those aspects? The signature judge and all that.
Yeah, we hit about, 750 judges?
Wow.
We beat our goal. We did really great. We have even a little bit of a surplus, so what we're doing is we're working with all of our trained election judges to make sure that we've got the best staffing that we can.
Great.
And it's been really great for us because it's been able to help us really gear up for this big election by adding in extra staff where we know we'll need it to help greet voters, make sure they know where they're going, make sure that the fairgrounds runs incredibly smoothly on Election Day. So we did really good on the recruitment.
That's
so
terrific.
you guys are off the hook this time.
Okay, we can live with ourselves for 2 more years. But I imagine that you're preparing for what might be a big turnout of first-time voters.
Is there any indication, like do you have tremors? Can you hear things on the railroad tracks, like as to what local turnout might be like?
Yeah, I've only been in the office since 2011, and our veteran staff who have been here for 15 or 20 years are saying this is bigger than 2012 and 2008. So just based on initial inquiries in September and October, there's a lot of people who needed ballots early. They were going to Antarctica. They were going to on 4-month cruises as lucky ducks. So we wanted to make sure we accommodated those. There's been a lot of interest right off the gate, and we've had a ton of foot traffic at the courthouse, at the fairgrounds, a lot of phone calls. So this is definitely a huge election.
Great.
And Missoula, Montana in general, I think are known for high voter participation. The people in the state take it very seriously, really embrace the responsibility, and I don't know what the percentages are expected to be, but I think they top that in the, they are high in the nation.
Yeah. So if you think you're going to be really busy on November 8th, for whatever reasons, go to avoid lines, go to myvoterpagemt.com or MissoulaVotes.com.
And now, do we have to tell people where the fairgrounds are? You know how I love to tell people where stuff is.
Please tell us, Joe.
I would say, let me think about it.
It's South Avenue and Russell at the intersection.
Like, should they enter by the Mars to Hall and then go back that way?
They can enter off of Russell. They can enter off of South Avenue. We're open on both sides.
And I guess in this day and age, everyone just looks on a map. You don't have to go bananas about it. But it is really at the fairgrounds, and it's within the fairgrounds. So people have to penetrate the fairgrounds to find the office.
Well, thank you guys for making this as easy and as clear as possible for everybody. There is no excuse not to vote.
And thank you guys for bringing us out here.
Oh, you're most
helping us
welcome.
spread the word.
And, I took one of those get early vote, or rather late registration PSAs we made and gave it the boost on the Facebook. It's up to 730 views.
Wow,
there you go.
Awesome.
The Facebook works.
Those are very great.
It's my new toy now.
It's very good.
All right, well, thanks again for taking the time,
Yeah.
Brad and Rebecca.
I hope you're swamped on November 8th.
Me too.
All right, we're going to be right back. You always have more show. We're going to hear about a book sale at the Fort Missoula, the Historical Museum of Fort Missoula.
Oh, is it that time of year again?
It's coming up already. Yeah. So we'll be right back.
Hi, I'm Kate. Did you know Missoula County has an awesome website where you can view anything and everything you need to know about the election? MissoulaVotes.com is your election toolkit, which is like a Swiss Army knife for voters. This resource will help you be election ready. Not only will this site help you save time on or before Election Day, but MissoulaVotes.com is equipped with election forms, access to the My Voter page, a glossary of important terms, links to candidate information, voter information pamphlets, a voter checklist, dates, timelines, and polling place locations. If you're an absentee voter, you'll even be able to track your ballot as it makes its way back to the elections office. Make sure you're election ready this season and don't miss your opportunity to vote. Why wait? Don't start late. Visit MissoulaVotes.com today.
For too long, corporate tobacco has exploited our people, manipulated our practices, and profited from our addiction. No more. If you struggle with commercial tobacco addiction, call the American Indian Commercial Tobacco Quit Line today at 1-855-372-0037 and talk to someone who understands.
And here we are back. Jessie Rogers is here with Nico Composto. They are going to talk about a book sale that is going to help the Historical Museum at Fort Missoula.
Yeah.
Welcome. Thanks for coming
Thank you.
over.
It's always fun.
Oh, you know it. So what's going on with the book sale?
So we are hunter and gatherers of books right now. Our annual used book sale is coming up November 10th through the 13th. So right now we're getting the word out. We have 30,000 books come in by the end, and we have to gather them and sort them, and we're happy to pick them up, happy to schedule meetings, and these books help create one of the largest fundraisers that we have every year.
Yeah.
And it all comes from books donated from the community, and that money goes right back into the Friends and goes right back into preserving your community's history. So it's a really big deal, and it's a lot of fun because we get to go through books.
A silver lining.
We get first dibs.
Now, this is by far one of the biggest book sales in
It is.
the area as a fundraiser, and it's a great event. I spend hours there.
No, and we love that. People come from all over Montana for this book sale because it is, a lot of people hear used book sale, they think, oh, you know, kind of like garage sale, and this is not. If you
There's a
see,
good
as you
photo,
see in some
yeah.
of the pictures, it is a very big show put together, and we have every type of book you can think of. Last year, we were going through and we found a first edition, 'Twas a Dark and Stormy Night by Snoopy book, and it was signed by Schultz. So you never know what gems you're going to find in this.
Lots of hardcovers, lots of paperbacks.
And so this year, we're extending the hours a little bit. So the first day is Thursday, and that's November 10th, and we're opening from 10 to 7. So for all of us worker bees who work till 5, and we feel bad that we can't get there till the weekend and think maybe all the good books are gone, which they're not. They're still in boxes hidden under, and we just keep putting them up on top of the table.
It's all good.
And so we're open till 7, and then Friday and Saturday it's 10 to 5, and then Sunday is the super sale day, so it's $10 for all you can stuff in a bag. We provide the bags, and you know, it's just a really great way to get all of your Christmas shopping done at once. We accept cash and check, and this year instead of credit cards, we're actually going to have an ATM on site, so just trying to make it really easy for folks.
I see.
Yeah,
So we'll
makes
ignore
sense.
that accepting credit card
Yeah.
part.
Exactly.
Anyway,
Don't look
yes.
at that. We still do, kind of,
Because
sort
you
of.
put it in the ATM.
Right. We just got a confirmation today that we could get the ATM on site, so
Good
that's
for you.
exciting.
I think that really helps. You know, MCAT just got involved with the Square. You know, and we're doing it for convenience sake.
Yeah.
But if we say, okay, Saturday animation drop-in, which by the way is still going on every Saturday 1 to 5, but you know, someone pays for their kid with a swipe, then we actually get like $9.52.
Right. It's hard for nonprofits.
Right. So for this intensive few days that you're
Exactly. And when, you know, you sell $1,000, $2,000 worth on a credit card, you are paying those major fees. So
Right.
I know the fees go back to the person, but that still goes back to helping us keep that money rolling in. And I mean, we use it for all of our educational programs, the history camps, the many, many tours that we do every spring and fall, all the historic preservation. We're going to start soon on the Save the Train push. We got to redo and repaint the train. So all of this money helps make that possible.
Right.
That's great.
And they're books.
So if I have books that I wanted to donate, tell me what the best ways to go about that are.
You can just, if you have about 5 boxes or less, you can swing by the museum anytime during our open hours and just drop them off at the main museum.
okay.
If you have a ton of books, then give us a call. Call my extension number 5. It's just the 728-3476 extension 5. Leave me a message or I'll answer the phone, one of the two. And we'll set up a meeting to where either we can come and pick them up from you if you have, you know, too much going on, or if you don't have a big car or something like that. We can schedule a time, or you can schedule a time to meet us at our location, and we'll unload them right there for you. So we
Great.
try to make this as easy as possible for our community.
Is there anything you're not accepting?
Well, there definitely are a few things like textbooks
Right.
or computer books or that kind of technology finance books.
Out of
if they're
date. It's so
if they're over
easily
4 years
obsolete.
old.
Right.
Encyclopedias, we will accept them if they're really cool. You know, we have some people use them for art projects. Some folks last year bought them just to line their shelves because he said he wanted to look cool. So
that's a great idea.
Yeah, I like that. So I thought that was just wonderful. And let's see, and magazines, you know, we will do National Geographics, especially if they're old, but just your everyday Reader's Digest or magazines or things like that, unless they're Montana specific, have a series, are really cool, then we usually don't accept those.
Great.
Have you kept books from previous sales?
Yes.
So you do have a
So we have a specialty pricing area, so all of the books are sold by inch, except for the specialty pricing like Schultz-like books.
Right,
you know,
right.
you don't want to sell a $500 book for 50 cents.
Right.
And so we have a little area that is very good specialty pricing, signed by authors, that kind of stuff. And some of those that don't sell, we'll keep them continuing for the next year, and then other books that don't sell, we put them in one of our buildings that is open for our events, and we can make it so people can go in and browse them then too.
Great, great.
Oh, it sounds great. Like,
it's a fun time.
It's going to be a ton of fun. It's been fun organizing it so far. It's been fun looking through the books. So
yeah.
How are the donations volume so far?
We're doing good. We're about on par for last year, but you know, it's this last month, this big push that we just need to let the community know, hey, we're here. If you're cleaning out your attic or you're selling your house or something like that, this is a great opportunity. They're tax deductible, so you can bring them, drop them off. You can give back to your community and, you know, reap some rewards both inside and out. So
there we go. And you'll come back in 2 weeks to remind us of the sale part. That's our emphasis too.
Well, I'm going to go home and go through my bookshelves. I know I've got a lot.
I know I have a few. So
it's hard to part with them. I totally understand, but sometimes you got to cut the ties.
Yep.
Well, I got my addictive start with AAUW. And the house became
a library.
It became a library.
Can't see your wallpaper anymore.
That's right.
And so I'm past that. I'm a decade past that, but things have been piling up.
Yeah, it's time.
It happens.
It's time.
All right, well, we'll see you in 2 weeks' time.
Right. And just try not to sneeze from the dust from the books.
It is that time of year. You just got everything running around.
Right.
And we do try to make sure that our books are very clean and orderly and tidy, but there's always a few boxes that aren't.
The danger.
Yes.
All right.
Thank you.
Both.
Thank you,
Nico,
guys.
Jesse, we'll be right back. I don't know whether it be Jose Van Smith or, yes, Scott says it's going to be Brother Smith is up next. He's got a fundraiser coming up this Saturday, so we'll see you in a minute.
Okay.
Buckle up, Montana. Life is a ride you want to stay on. Send a buckle up reminder to a friend at plantolive.mt.gov.
Sergeant Greg Amos with the Missoula Police Department. I'd like to talk a little bit about something I see downtown routinely, and that is pedestrians crossing against the pedestrian heads. So I'd just like to explain what is actually legal. You cannot begin crossing in the crosswalk when it's either flashing and in the countdown or solid red. The only time it's legal to begin crossing in that crosswalk is when the white crossing sign is displayed. What the countdown is for, and the only thing that that's there for, is to tell you how much time you have to finish crossing the street, presuming that you started when it was legal to do so.
Here
I have a show.
Here we are. We're on.
We are back with Jose Van Smith. He's representing the I Tri-Alliance. Welcome.
Thank you all. And again, I'm delighted to appear on your broadcast.
I just wanted to make a brief announcement. Yes, as Mr. Beard indicated, I'm representing IMI Montana. We're community partnering with the IMI Empowerment Network, Right Now TV, which broadcasts. We have a series,
MCAT, right?
A series
Right
at
Now TV.
MCAT. And again, we're Saturday, October the 22nd.
So it's coming up.
coming
This
up.
show's being recorded. I forgot to say the date. The show's being recorded on October 17th. So in 5 days' time,
Yes.
this Saturday in the afternoon.
Yes.
At the Missoula Public Library.
Correct.
Okay then.
And
what time?
The time is doors are opening at 1:30.
Okay.
The presentation, it's an awards presentation. In
Yeah.
fact, MCAT has been highly preferred.
Yeah.
We hope somebody
Sounds like
there's
it's
some-
rigged or
some
something, but I guess not.
Bless your heart.
Oh, of course
But
not.
We know we love you all, and we want to thank you all for the great work you've done, that you have been doing for not only the city of Missoula, but the state of Montana, and providing a voice for Missoulans. And we commend you all here at MCAT, Mr. Beard.
Thank you.
And again, I just wanted to say, I would like to just extend an invitation to your viewing audience. The charity benefit luncheon is free to the public.
That's nice.
We're planning. I mean, we will have entertainment, live entertainment.
You mentioned a band to me. You were talking to a band.
Yes, Zippos. I believe
Yes, Zeppo.
Yeah, Zeppo.
Peter,
Yes.
Barbario, who lives he works right up here in String Instrument Division is his.
Yes,
They're in the
yes.
beautiful MCAT building downtown Missoula.
Yes. Now
And
they'll be
his band is
performing.
going to play.
Yes. Well, him, or some reasonable facsimile.
Right, like a part of it.
So I'm hopeful that you all would, if you find time in your schedule, to stop by. And we're gonna have it's a luncheon. Be predominantly finger food, and then there will be awards presented to the honorees, and there'll also be there's a benefit raffle. We're gonna raffle off some items, but it's mainly about honoring those who give an honor where it's due.
Nice.
And we're honored to have. We would just like to thank MCAT for the work that you all have been doing here.
Nice.
Forever.
And Jose, can you tell people a little more about IMI?
Yeah, I
They'd
was
be
going to
like,
ask.
Oh, I haven't heard of that.
Tell us about the organization.
IMI is a 501c3 public benefit corporation. It was incorporated. Actually, IMI is a hybrid of System Street Midwestern Multinational Corporation, which was a Delaware company. It was formed in 1979 as in an attempt to address the need for create jobs, and to give people an opportunity to earn them a decent standard of living. And it morphed from System Street. The public service has been thrusted upon me most of my life. Can't get away from it.
Nobly.
Thank you, Mr. Beard. I love it. It's a labor of love. You gotta love it.
You do, because you're not getting rich doing it.
That's for sure. I made my wealth and then I gave it away. And so now I'm here to serve.
Now you're serving.
And your TV show on MCAT, Right Now TV, you interview a lot of people that are in the public service fields.
Yes, Mr. Beard. Thanks to MCAT, I've been on the air going on 2 years and counting.
Yep.
Yeah.
But again, as far as back to IMI, we are a public benefit corp. We're also in the process. We are committed and dedicated to serving Americans with disabilities, senior citizens, veterans, all branches, and we're also we're empowering those with special needs throughout the northeast and western quarter of the United States.
Wow.
So we've got quite a bit on our plate.
That's a big mandate, yeah.
We're also developing the face of IMI Montana. We're composed of our gated communities, our gated communities that are designed to. Actually, our priority and great emphasis will remain steadfast to building affordable low-income housing and facilities and provisions to provide a better standard of living with essential project amenities such as safety and security resources and the management personnel on site, and including accommodations for those with moderate income. But again, we want to thank you all for your support. We are seeking volunteers, and if there's, and again, we're here to serve. So if there's any way we can be of service.
If you got volunteers, you want them to call you?
Yes, Mr. Beard.
Okay. Tell them that number.
Well, you can email me.
All right, that's
better. Yeah.
At Jose Van Smith. That's JOSEVAN
Right.
German. 47 at yahoo.com.
That's right.
Yeah, Jose Van Smith, 47 at yahoo.com.
Okay.
Or you can write us at IMI Tri-State, IMI Montana, or IMI Montana / IMI Tri-State Alliance, P.O. Box 17935.
And the zip was
it's one. Wait a minute, Lord have mercy, forgive me. Our PO box number, because we just had
it in there.
We just had a change. The PO box number is 17935.
There we
go.
Yeah.
Correction. Yeah, it's PO box 17935, Missoula, Montana, and that's 59808.
Got it.
I got so many numbers going on.
It's a lot. It's a lot to keep up here.
We are developing a satellite communication
How much time
network.
do we have, though? I want to get Jessica.
10 minutes.
Yeah, we better set you free, but I want to thank you for taking the time to stop by.
This coming Saturday,
Yes, ma'am.
October 22nd. What time again?
It starts at 1:30.
1:30 at the library.
And I'm looking forward to seeing you.
It'll be great
there.
to be there.
And I'm honored to meet you again. This is our first time we met.
We were in the homecoming parade the year before last.
Bless your
I
heart.
think so.
Yeah.
Or
Yes,
a
ma'am.
parade. No, it was St. Patrick's Day.
St. Patty's Day parade.
It was St. Patty's Day.
Well,
You were driving the truck.
Thanks for reminding me. Bless your heart. Well, it's a pleasure seeing you.
Good to meet you.
Mr. Beard, thank you for inviting me on your show.
You're most welcome. Thanks for coming.
It's a pleasure as I am I.
Good luck with your event.
And to all Missoulans, it's open it's free.
There you go.
So you all come up. Feel free to join.
Good.
It's at our library, and we say we say yes to the Missoula Public Library initiative.
Oh, thank you very much. Yes.
My pleasure.
All right, we'll be right back. Jessica Morris is here. She's going to talk about transportation issues.
Bye.
We shall return.
I'm Montana Hope.
I am Montana Hope.
I am Montana Hope.
For the last 30 years, the Montana Hope Project has been granting wishes to Montana children who face life-threatening illnesses.
I'm Montana Hope.
To make a donation and help their wishes come true, please visit montanahope.org.
We are Montana
Team versus team.
That's as good as it gets.
Oh, man. I've never had more fun my whole life.
Daddy's out of beer. I'm gonna go to another one, Dad.
This your card?
No, Lamorne, stop doing magic. You're not good at it.
Guys! Oh, dude! There's a bear in your other room here.
Oh, that's just the big, angry, hungry bear. Just pretend it's not there.
Oh, really? Yeah. It'll just go away? What are you talking about?
No, I don't think it's going anywhere, but I don't know what to do about it, so I just ignore it.
So it's not dangerous, right?
Define dangerous. It's a bear. But, it's not gonna eat all of us. It only eats like 1 in 5s.
And we are back. Jessica Morris is here to talk about long-range transportation planning in Missoula. Welcome. Thanks for waiting to get on.
Oh, yeah. No problem. Thank you so much for having me.
Yes.
So you have updates for us on what's going on with the transportation plan, right?
Right. So we are rounding third base, I'll say, for the completion of our long-range transportation plan update. It's called Activate Missoula. And we are putting the finishing touches on some final recommendations that we would like to get public input on at a public meeting that we're going to have this week. So And this plan is looking at transportation improvements for the next 30 years and looking at how we might want to invest in our transportation system for all modes, so driving, biking, walking, busing, all of those things. And we want to hear from the community as to how they think we should prioritize our investments and what our transportation future should look like.
So you'll have some draft version of some recommendations to share with the group at that time?
Yeah, so on Thursday night, we're going to have an open house style event, and it's going to be at the City Council Chambers at 140 West Pine. And we're going to have an open house with different stations that will walk everyone through the process that we've taken over the last year, maybe year and a half it's been actually that we've been working on it. And we'll have several options or scenarios that will have different projects and different funding priorities for transportation investments and projects. And we'll be asking for feedback on which of those scenarios or options that people think is the best for Missoula.
Can you give a smorgasbord sample of some of the larger
Yeah.
projects
What sorts of things are on the table?
Well, it's looking at whether we want to take the limited funding we have and invest it more in roadways, or do we, which are very expensive projects, and you know, we've got a big project, several very large roadway projects that are coming up in the next couple years, or we could take that money and we could do, you know, a ton of smaller projects, whether those be you know, bike lanes or trail connections or sidewalks, and then there's also investments in transit that we can make as well. So continuing to expand the transit system, have new routes, or have expanded service. So we're looking, you know, all of those things have different price tags with them, and we want to see, you know, not only what meets the needs of the community, but what's also cost effective, what provides a safe system, and really looking at the dollars that we have, which are never as much as we want to have, and how do we invest those wisely for the growth that the community is expecting to see over the next 30 years. So
it's a long while.
Yeah, it's
But you know, I think you and I have been here almost 30 years.
Yeah, 33 for me.
And if we think about the amazing change we've seen in that, in the last span, you know, bike lanes, bus system.
Orange Street was single lane.
Right.
And when it went double, I could sort of remember the shock of it, and then it fades away. We were here when Reserve Street was 2 lane, and there were little pony paddocks.
It was
on
a
either side
farm,
of it.
farm country.
Farm.
Right.
So anyway, so if you think that's how important it is, what you're doing right now, so that 30 years from now, people will be, you know, even more thrilled with the process that you've come up with. Has it been going pretty much according to what you expected in terms of your end of the work?
Yeah, I think so. And this is a plan that we update every 4 years.
Yeah.
So, and you know, that's a good thing, because it's amazing how much can change in just that small amount of time. Like, you think, oh, nothing really happens or changes in 4 years, but there are huge, you know, not only projects, but technology advancements and things that could just transform the way that we travel and live in this time frame. And it's hard to, you know, we don't know exactly right now what some of those technology changes might be and how that might change our plan, but that's, you know, even more reason for us to update it and to continue to get feedback from the community. So it is important for people to come out and give us their thoughts and their opinions and, you know, cast their vote, so to speak.
Sure.
Lots of voting going on right now. But,
but
you know,
as everyone in city and county government can vouch for, I mean, everyone has an opinion on the traffic and the roads and their own pet peeve. So this is an opportunity to come together with and talk about it. You know, it doesn't just it doesn't happen magically. It takes people's input.
It does. It takes input, and it takes dedication, and coming and looking at what we've got and telling us what you think about it. We want to hear from the community. Transportation is something that everybody does.
Yeah.
All the time, at least once a day, probably, even if it's just walking to your mailbox or your local park. It's more than just driving. It's everything, every trip that we all take, and probably many of us take 10 or 20 different trips a day. So
And it's looking at that spectrum, and I had not, I thought, okay, cars, peds, and bikers, mass transit, like the Success Mountain Line is enjoying at the zero fare period.
Right.
It didn't occur to me till we were talking about it just now. So this is, it's coming up. We're recording the program again on Monday, October 17th. This is coming up this Thursday, the 20th.
October 20th.
Yep.
I forgot the time.
5 to 7:30, and it'll be an open house.
It's nice and early, right after work. Just pop over.
That's right. Or after dinner, you'll still be there.
Right. Yeah, and it'll be open house, so people can come and go as they please. Stay for 10 minutes or an hour. It's up to them. Yeah,
and you're ready to take a little testimony and so on.
Yeah, we'll have some comment forms. We'll have things that people can put, vote there with a sticky dot or something. So it'll be interactive, and there will be stations, and people can look at the process that we've taken from beginning to end. So
Great.
Yeah.
Sounds fun and important.
Yes.
Thank you.
So I guess we better wrap up. Jessica, thank you for coming.
Yeah. Thanks so much. Good luck.
Thank you so much.
At the end of the show. And Kim, you had mentioned you did have a Humanities Montana announcement.
Oh, just one little thing. For those of you out there who work in a humanities field, whether it's history, philosophy, literature, jurisprudence, political science, whatever it might be in those general fields of thinking about what it is that makes us human, we have a new grant deadline coming up, December 20th. There's our website. And so if you have a project and you could use some funding for that project, go to our website, look at our grants page, and then call and chat with me, and we'll see if we can help you.
Excellent. Well, thank you for watching this edition of Missoula Live. We'll see you in 2 weeks' time, and guess what it's going to be?
November.
It's going to be Halloween. It's going to be October 21st.
Oh my gosh, we have to dress up. I have a witch's hat.
I would do something.
I will have a witch's hat on.
Oh, excellent. All right, well, for MCAT, I'm Joel Baird.
And I'm Kim Anderson.
Thank you for watching. We'll see you next time.
Bye.